to me. I'd want to get it filled relatively soon if we are going to play this like daily demand. Like I'd want this to retest pretty soon. I don't know how volatile the market wants to be and give us that retest, but that's where I'd want, and that's where I'm bidding. We're trading right in the middle. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to see that. These are the highs. These are the lows. If we sweep here and hold, that's a pretty aggressive entry. I would look for like lower time frame triggers to do that. That's why I don't have bids there. I'd rather bid lower. If you start to get like let's say SL wants to do something like go below this level and then start to flip it, you would front run your bids, but you might see like some divs, some divergences that look clean. Structure starts to look nice, starts to flip it up. Oh my god. Yeah. I would look for something like that. Like if I'm not looking for limit orders, I wouldn't look to play here in the middle. Like you just risk stupid small stops getting hit. Stop below there, stop above here. We have 30 minutes supply getting tested on SOL. Like that's what I'm looking at if I'm getting into plays here. This little uptrend. The daily just opened. You want to reclaim here, really? So if it starts to reclaim 130, you could look for a long on SOL. Target the top end of these highs at like 133. Target really 130, 190. That's how tight we are right now. And that's how tight I think we will be unless we go down or up really quick first. So I'm waiting for one of those scenarios on BTC before I start to get in alts. But I do think alts have some room to breathe, and that's where I'll be looking to bid with BTC. Like Fartcoin, like 76.5. I don't know how lucky you could be to get a retest like that. Would be a phenomenal buy. And if we do get a retest into the 80s, that's a phenomenal retest to look at on Fartcoin. Um, just the top end of this daily demand here. Sweep these lows, continue up. This is a really bullish, like 1 day close on it. So I don't know how likely that is to get retested at all. So in that case, start to look at like the 4 hour and the 1 hour, start to see pockets of demand for continuation. Assuming people think the highs are in here and the highs are safe, they most likely just have their stop above 99. So assuming that's going to get retested before 76, you would want to start to look for like lower time frame entries. Maybe somewhere like 89.56, somewhere here. I know John was long. I took his long as well. I went for like 7, 8%. Even this seems pretty aggressive to me. Just because like I'm thinking 80,000 is possible. And if we push up to 86.5, this can move, or maybe it can't. Maybe just look to bid that wick. You know, it already retested it right here. This is where I would look to enter already. That idea was already scrapped right there. So yeah, I really like the 78 level a lot. I don't know how likely that is. I'll do a poker night soon. I got you, bro. I promise. I've been locked in, bro. For total two, like just like really SOL, just like I explained, is basically how structure looks on it. You'd want to see like this hold, like 925, which I mean, if we're doing that with Farcoin, like I don't know how likely you are to get a bid like that, to be honest. Like I really don't know how likely that is. This was such a bullish flip right here. I did not expect that at all. If you remember when it was down here last week, I thought it was going to go down here, but it stayed up here. So that's pretty bullish. And I think this was the retest. So continuation like 87.8 maybe. Be good. I wouldn't mind to bid there actually. Maybe somewhere around here. Yeah, I actually don't hate this one right here. I'll place a limit for this. No bid is too stinky. Yeah, I agree. That's why I haven't been placing a lot of bids. I just been bidding extremities. And like when I feel like over the weekend we're not going to move much, we can start to play some things. But like something like this, we already retested it. Like we already swept these hourly demand pockets, let's call it. We already tested this level of demand perfectly. So anybody rebidding these levels probably just took their profit, moved their stops up. Right here, you'd be stupid not to take profit here, right? Like you're already up so high. That being said, I guess just put an alert and see what happens. For Sui, we've just been hugging support for the last couple hours. I wanted to long before, but another piece of me was like just chill, and that was a good piece of advice for myself because it did absolutely nothing from there. I'll put my alert on Sui for a sweep of 205. Um, Alts are on support here, so they should hold, but the lower time frame starting to look a little bit iffy. So can shorts get away here with a stop? Like for Sui, if I was looking to short, it'd be here with a stop at 224. You're immediately targeting downside. So you get easy targets. Move your stops up as soon as it goes 215 or below it, and then you should get to like 211.8. And then right here should be like a lower time frame bounce. So if you don't think those positions are going to get away, you look to long because those people have their stops here. I've gotten some of my craziest plays trading like this on like in like good trending markets. When you can get a good trending market trading like this, you can get some good continuation plays. Unemployment this week, I believe, and Powell has some kind of scheduled talk Wednesday. Good, good, good. Good, good, good. We got something to move the market. That makes sense why price would be a little compressed right now. Uh, like trading in like pitch black right now. In a pitch black room. Okay. Okay, yeah. So we're gonna get some movement on Wednesday. Either tomorrow, today's Monday. Maybe we get some movement tomorrow before it even happens. But he's speaking on Wednesday, so we'll see. We'll see what's up there. Let's take a look at the heat maps too. Maybe see, maybe catch a vibe. 83.7's been holding. That's a level we bid. I'm not in it right now, but that was the level we bid. Now I'm just a bit unsure. I think I've exhausted all my scalps that I had in me in this range. If I'm not positioned from higher or lower, like I was longing into the pop today. So I took a position at 84.1, wrote it up to 85.6 or whatever it went to, took profit, and then I wasn't short. So what am I gonna do? I was targeting higher. I'm not gonna look to long here. You're retarded. Not gonna look to short here either. That'd be even more retarded. I just gotta wait for something. Like we're getting flashed above 85.7. I mean, we stopped there. Not much liquidity on the lower time frame to really say anything. 86.6, like this level I'm looking to bid for shorts. Is a pretty nice level. Intraday, like we're playing tight ranges here, so any piece of liquidity up here should get targeted first. 87. And then the next levels after that is just 89. So you'd want to see a rejection here down to maybe those 80 levels if we get a pop up first. Um, I'd be surprised if we get 80K and jump off that to our level and reject. That would be way too clean of a playbook. That would be way too clean if it does that. I don't think that should happen. I mean, 80 to 86K is a good swing though, so maybe that can happen. Or we get our fills, move back up, and then get the rejection play. Maybe get 82 from there. Be a really weird structure. Yeah, that'd be pretty weird. Um, at that point, you just assume continuation would go somewhere, would go up or down. Like I don't really see price staying too long here. So just kind of spitballing here. I haven't really looked at charts all day either, so I don't know. I'm kind of unsure where we go immediately. The daily close wasn't like the best, was it not horrible? It's kind of halfway through. We closed above where I would want us to, but the retest I think is inevitable. We have a good block below. 81.8 to 82.2 is a really good level to bid. Don't get me wrong. I bid that for spot. I really wouldn't bid that for leverage. That's like the top end of my box here. I'd bid more towards the bottom end, like I am bidding, around like 80.6 down to 79.5. I'll sound like a broken record until that happens here because I'll just scalp when price feels like it's going to move and when it doesn't. That being said, we do have Powell speaking as well, so maybe we do get something like this. Maybe he blesses us. He has before. Maybe we get this demand tap on the 4 hour, which is exactly where my last bid is, right up to the supply, and then he says something shitty. And then we go down here where someone says something good and then price holds, and then we flip long. That'd be a good playbook. CPI had a great print. If this is a positive as well, it's gonna be interesting. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I just think anything news related is what's gonna drive the market. So that's basically what we're playing here. So that's why it's important to play like good logical levels. Good logical levels that you understand, you can comprehend, and you can make sense of it. Because everything else is artificial. Or is that the word I should use? Artificial. Hold on, guys. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. I'm just fucking around. I was gonna look up what does the word artificial mean. All this other stuff, like all these pumps in, all this shit has been happening off of news and what Trump's saying and off tariffs and stuff like that. So it's not really technical. Um, but at the bottom, printed a nice divergence. One day's trying to flip on the 50. It has before. Can it do it this time? We'll see. ETH BTC still super down in the depths of hell. Like no signs of recovery whatsoever. But we've held this long, so nothing's going to change today. $23.5 is such a big level to reclaim. These highs, super, super big level to reclaim. BTCD just keeps climbing up. The monthly, we're halfway through. We have a flat candle monthly open. So there's only one other time that's happened in this uptrend. Two other times, and they've both resulted in uptrends after the retest, but they've both retested. And I'm talking about that candle right there. And I'm talking about that candle right there. This candle has yet to retest, so might have been irrelevant analysis there on my part. But we're halfway through the month, so who knows what could happen, right? We're at the top end of resistance. Big level for BTCD. And for those that don't know what this means, what happens when BTCD goes up and alts go down? Damn, that sounded like a stupid question. Is that a stupid question? Okay, anyway, that's all I needed. When BTCD increases, what's going on? Why is my trading view here? Wow. Oh, there's a trading view link. Holy shit. You guys are catching me on a good night. When BTCD increases and BTC increases, alts decrease. When BTC increase, it's important to look at the increasing factors here, right? The decreasing only matters when it decreases. Right now, as it increases, if it's stable, everything will kind of chill. Right now, it's kind of chilling, not doing much. It's at resistance. Whatever happens next is important. All right, if it rejects, BTC increases, alts will go. So we need a little bit of a relaxation mode for it, but it's at resistance. So it's so hard to be relaxed because it's not like rejecting. That's why I've been kind of hesitant on alts. So like what I'd want to show is like some reactions for it to make sense. So let's say like it's such minuscule moves. It's like if you were trading this as a pair, it would be doing nothing, but it entices the market to do something. Like right here. So we're continuing back up. We print this bull flag on BTCD. I'd want to see the reaction that occurs here. On Sunday, we pumped on alts, right? I would assume. Sunday. No. Okay. So, bam. That makes more sense. Go back to BTC. Okay. Okay. So, inversed, right? BTCD goes up on continuation. If BTC goes up, then alts should kind of be stable or decrease as they do. And then decrease fast. Okay, so obviously BTC has to have some sort of resistance here. So if BTCD breaks up, BTC goes up, alts are going to get hit. We're moving at resistance with every push to BTCD. Regardless of how you look at it, the higher up it goes, the worse it is for alts because cash flow is not going into alts. Cash flow is going into BTC. BTC, once it rejects, alts are going to get hit crazy. But then once alts find bottoms, they start to go crazy because we're going so far down. It's so far down to where we were so long ago. It stinks to look at spot bags, but for leverage, this is definitely opportunity, and we see it by the reaction. That's kind of where I was trying to get to in my point. And good levels are reacting accordingly. ETH had a 14% bounce from its lows in demand. Granted, BTC definitely does look better from the lows. Wow. 9%. And ETH actually had a 14% bounce. SOL had a fantastic bounce off those lows. Let's say, so on Sunday, when BTCD broke out, this was the reaction basically on alts, right? Alts got wrecked. But then once BTCD began to chop around and chill a little bit, right here, alts began to breathe. BTC was able to help it breathe because BTC was doing what? BTCD was just, it was either decreasing or increasing, but it was being stable. That's nonetheless. When it drops, like right here on Monday, alt should pop. When it pops, alt should drop. So it's chopping around right now. And where I'm trying to get to, if you've been here for this long, is that soon it's going to make its move here. And when it makes a move, where it's going to go. I like the daily demand down below. If it gets there, I think alts could cook. But when it's going down there, it's anticipation for it to hold. So this would be a good take profit level for alts. If we do, let's say, sweep this high, reject off it, sweep this high, reject off it, sweep this high, reject off it. Whatever reaction happens next, and obviously BTC matters a lot, right? Alts are already getting hit right now. I see SOL's at 128, Farcoin's at 90. So alts are already starting to get hit a little bit, and we're not even moving up, right? So this is all relevant. That's why I've been trying to say, like, everything's relevant right now. It all matters, even though it's not moving crazy. The next move matters for the next move thereafter. If not, you're just gonna be scalping in between, and it's okay to scalp in between. Like if I'm off levels from lower, I took profit. I'm good with that. I'll just scalp in between. But when you're planning out things like this, like just like don't gotta get trapped in the middle. If you're trapped in the middle here, you're just trading this chop, and you miss like you could miss out like right here on Sui. Let's see what happens here. We're approaching some good lows. You'd want to see it react. I don't even know if we'd get a push down first. That's how tight the price action is probably going to be until we get Powell to speak. And that's pretty much in my head now as I'm trading. You got to trust your gut instinct. If we get this retest on total 2 and you look after, wouldn't you want to say like, oh yeah, I was long for that? That's what I would want to say if we retest there. That's a beautiful retest. I don't know if we'll get that, but that's a beautiful retest. And we could possibly get that retest. You might miss a couple moves in between, but that's the price you pay when you're scalping ranges like this. I had to scalp range like this. I wasn't positioned. I'm okay being chill. Mine's misleading sometimes too, brother. Trust me. But when it comes to leverage, I try to be like super tactical. So I think we've for sure done our job when it comes to that this month. That being said, I definitely hate how I've played alts because I haven't played them at all. But it's okay. It's okay. Position your size accordingly to those positions. I put my alert here for 925. If we get a retest here for total 2, I wouldn't be scared. I would just hear this alert and take it as a buying opportunity. And you could tie that in with most alts really. Like maybe I would look at Farcoin. If that alert rings on total 2 at 924 billion, I would just look at Farcoin. I would just long Farcoin if I heard that alert go. Maybe put like a 5% stop because maybe it could be an aggressive retest. I think ETH around like 1550 maybe, if I remember my prices. $15.30, $15.28, like around there, $15.20, $15.30, $15.28. Somewhere like here would be a good long. Damn, I really don't want to see ETH do that again. Every time we moved up and moved down, I was like, bro, ETH is swinging in like $200 moves. This has to be a long. 1400 to 1680. That's a crazy swing for ETH. Right back down to 1480. Oh, my heart almost sank. And then it was back to 1660. You got to think like how many times are they gonna let people get away with that? Not many times. So yeah. How much do I risk per setup? $1 million. It changes, bro. It changes. Like when I trade BTC, I go tighter stops than when I trade alts. And when I trade alts, I tighten up my risk relative to when I trade BTC. Yeah, I appreciate you guys coming by this late at night. You guys some real ones. Anything in specific you guys want me to look at before I get off and bounce? I feel like we did a good job kind of analyzing the higher time frame. When it comes to lower time frame, like I just don't want to subject myself to looking at that, you know? I feel like I gotta get into something here now. I don't feel like feeling like that. That's okay. You know, it's okay not to feel like that, guys. Especially if you're making money. Chill out. Make some plans. When you feel like you don't know what's going on, or you feel like you don't like necessarily want to hop in. Oh, guys, I got an idea. Is Native here? Hold on. If Native's not here, I'll show you. If he is, I won't. Yo, guys, is Native here? Let me know. How do I see who's in here? Oh, I can see. No, Native is not in here. Beautiful. All right. Yo, guys, we've been cooking up heavy in the kitchen. Oh no. Where is it? Yo, I just trolled you guys. That's crazy. No, no, I didn't. Hold on. Yeah, I'll stream more often, bro. I just haven't been streaming because having technical difficulties, bro. I'm so bad at some technology shit for some reason. When it comes to computer shit, bro, I suck. I don't know why. 84,000? Wait, what is going on, dude? What's my indicator not working? Hold on, I want to show you guys what I've been cooking. Well, we've been cooking. Oh, there's Delia. My boy, just in time. Why is my chart not coming up? Technical difficulties. Yo, Delia, why is my chart not coming out here, bro? What is this? Bro, they start to get cute with fucking trading view. And I'll open up a chart here. Close the light on the right. Hit super button. Wow. Was that it? Did I do it right, brother? Make that shit so confusing. Ugh. Okay. XRP long term. I think XRP has a place just because of the name. Like I think anywhere around these levels, bro. I'm gonna be honest, it has to be a buy for some of these coins, dude. Mason, what are you doing, bro? Chill out. That being said, I do think look at this. Hold on. You guys are gonna love this shit. So I've been cooking this shit up for a long time, guys. It's almost ready. It's almost done. Um, it's done a lot of testing. There's been a lot of stuff going down behind the scenes. It's not fully done yet, but it's here. And we've been cooking up in the kitchen, guys. And if you're in Wealth Group, you're definitely gonna fucking eat in some way off this shit. But Mason, get the fuck off of my desk, bro. There's no way you just jumped on my desk like that. That's fucking absurdly disrespectful of you, bro. Um, yeah, so really just like a lot of levels compiled. He's gonna fucking kill me once he sees this shit. And yeah, these are just like super, super good levels, super back tested. I've been waiting years to give you guys this. I would say the better part of a year and a half give you guys this, but we've been cooking. So wanted to give you guys this just to show you. And yeah, Don't really have much to say about it. It's just like how I see a chart, basically. Like what I say is like charting and doing technical analysis is like a bulk load of the work, right? Executing is what is like a small portion of it, but it's majority of it, right? Majority of the brain power should be towards executing. So when you're looking at a chart and you just open up a chart, it's clean, it's empty, it's what it is. And like you look at a chart, you say, okay, I could sweep this high, right? Like over here, you're saying, all right, it's gonna sweep this high, get close to the high, I'll put my alert there, whatever. But when you're not looking at a level and there's nothing drawn on the chart, in your head psychologically, something's going on that's making you feel like, I don't know what to, whatever until you draw on the chart, obviously. But this is just like it never gives you that reason to feel that way, right? When you have levels on your chart all the time. So like just scrolling through ETH, Sol, Farcoin, whatever, just scrolling through these levels, like you're seeing things happen, and you have something to then work off of, right? And this is super backtested. These are things that I look at. Um, it's just all about you to make that observation on what you want to play and how you want to play, right? So just want to give you that. Um, on top of other things that are going on with this. But as soon as anything comes up with this, I'm gonna let you guys know for sure. But that being said, I think you should be patient for my levels that I'm waiting for and my limits. And maybe I'll look to place more. But for now, that's about it. About all that I want to look at. I'm gonna be away from Wednesday to Sunday, but I'm gonna be active as usual. So the party continues. Let's make some fucking money, guys. Have a good night.